Good day, viewers, and welcome to another edition of Edo Mundia. My name is Stan Osadiaye, broadcasting live from Tel Aviv. Good evening, guys. We are back again to another program on Edo Mundia. We have our partners online with us, Suru Kana from Canada, and Osao Sarai from Ireland. And our special guest today is Ambassador Dion Osagie, President of God Sent Foundation, the God Sent Foundation. And the topic for today is how to help reduce poverty in our community. So before we go further, let me bring in my partner from Canada, Suru Kana. Suru Kana, thanks for joining us again.
My brother, good afternoon all over, my brothers, my sister all over the world, our listener. Good afternoon here from Canada. So how you doing now?
I did very fine, thank you.
Interesting topic here. To have Ambassador Dion Osagie will be joining us later. I hope our listener will join us with this topic, make we talk about small. How it is. It's all about it take place right now here in our studio from Tel Aviv, from Toronto, Canada, from Dublin. And this is why Edo Mundia is on air. Stan?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So let's bring in our special guest. Our special guest, as you already know, is the president of a God Sent Foundation. This guy has been doing a great job in Benin. He has helped a lot of kids, taking kids away from the streets. I won't go far by saying so much. He's here to actually say things about himself. Dion Osagie, Ambassador Dion Osagie, thanks for joining us on Edo Mundia.
Hey Stan, how are you, bro?
It's all good, thanks.
It's a pleasure joining you guys. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be live with you, and I strongly believe that Akugbe already. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So back to Surukana. Surukana, what do we have today? Can you enlighten us more?
Now the topic when we encounter every day, in our surrounding, our state, in our society, especially where we come from, those states there.
Yes.
And everybody know what poverty be, especially when you are living below that poverty. You get as it be. The thing don't really destroy the lot of our lives. Young life, leaders, you don't ravage our, well-being. So, and as a result of that, we see and say in a very important thing to deal with.
Yes.
But without poverty, none of us can to even drink clean water, to eat better food.
Okay.
Here woman on a day so that is the reason so that in my case that is why Domudia is a Domudia.
Okay.
That is what we're talking about today.
Thank you very much, Surukana. So we are going back to our special guest for today's program, Ambassador John Osagie. Ambassador John Osagie, welcome again to Edo Media.
I greet you, brother. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. So can you please tell us a little bit about yourself before we go further?
Well, my name is John Osagie. My brother, we stayed for America for many years. As I live for America, I visit Nigeria. But every time when I visit Nigeria, each year I visit Nigeria, poverty they increase. The people will be saying and live for back home. The people will be saying I grow up with. I didn't see these people, they see them the same level. I will come 1 year, I will give them a shirt. I will come another year, I will give them a shoe. There was no progress. I will see many children who were in school before. They're not in school. I will see many children who will come to my house because they want job Sunday rice.
Wow.
I will see many women where their husbands don't die, their husbands don't run away. Many of them they sell pure water. That they hustle very hard to survive. I can't look myself, say, I be young man. Many things they well we do for my people. I look myself, say, I just for America, yes. I don't be millionaire, but things they okay for me. I dey fit pay my bills. I dey fit enjoy myself. I dey fit travel. I can't look American soldiers. Where be say, man, they will leave their family, go another person country, Afghanistan, Iraq. Where they help those countries, they fight war. So make sure that that country where they not born them, that country they're okay. I can't challenge myself, say, you know what? If American soldiers will feel leave their own country, go fight for another country, then I too can make an impact in my community. So that's why I start with my work. I greet you, my brother.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's a very good one. You don't already answer the question why I supposed to ask you, because that was supposed to be my first question. Say, what will motivate you to your work? And you don't already answer that question. So thank you very much. And I want you this opportunity to tell you, say thank you for your job. I did see your work. I personally, I don't see your job for the past. I don't follow you for the past 2 years. And
my brother,
yes.
I know they like too much. When people they thank me, say a lot of people they say me thank you. But I want to give this today, so to let people know, say maybe they know they thank me. Because everything, every act of kindness, what they do, and myself, I do them for. Because if my country better, if my state better, for my children. So automatically, every act of kindness is to benefit me also.
That's true.
So everything they do, now for my own sake, they do them for. So make all of the people, they see them that way. Not be say, thank you. Now, the thing, now for me, for my generation, for the future, the Canada where they stay, the America where they stay, the Israel today. Now individuals, now people, now everybody has together to make things work.
That's true. So anyway, you see me could not thank you, so we'll not go thank you again. As
Thank you. Join hands for the work, for the one.
Okay.
That's the that I need.
Okay, you say many more people join hand, and one of the reasons why we get this platform, and I believe say with the Edo Mundia, we don't already join hand in one way or the other. All of us don't fit into charity, but all of us, some of us go also fit the broadcast to give the awareness to others. Abi?
Sure.
Okay, so now make us still they do this one, so they do our own part.
Everybody needs to play a role.
Yes.
Like now, media the feed. Another person need to do there. We will do another angle. We will do media. Another person did there. We will feed the right letters.
Yes.
Everybody has the role to play.
Yes.
You know, they say everybody do the same thing with the society too. But if all of us team up and come together, we can effect a change. Okay,
that's true. Okay, before I go further, may I go back to my partner for Canada, Suru Kana. So I'll over to you, please.
My brother, you do well, man, for that pre-introduction. And John Osage, thank you very much for
brother.
Yeah, for joining us here. And I'll just make a start with one small question here.
Go on.
I know we invited you to Edo Mundia here. Thank you for your interview. Could you please tell our listener, or rather viewer, why you accepted or honor our invitation?
Well, I mean, me, I'm a very open guy. A lot of people see me differently. A lot of people call me all the time and say, John, are you sure this is John speaking? A lot of people think that I am accessible. That is not the kind of leader I want to be. I want to be a leader who is willing to listen, who is willing to contribute, who is willing to be a part of anything, no matter who they are. I want to be a part of anything that is a progressive movement. Edo Mundia. So it means that you want Edo to be stand. And that's what I'm fighting for. So it's a great honor for me to be a part of the Edo Mundia movement because we stand for the same thing. I want to make a change for my generation. I want to make Edo great. You want Edo to Mundia. It's the same thing we are fighting for. So imagine if we join hands together, we can make greater change.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
And again, the second question here when I get is, you just talk on just now briefly. Every one of us, when we go home, we go visit our family, our friends, our loved ones there. They're waiting with the seed there. At least the common thing we're supposed to be common, you know, they there.
At all.
Over past years, now the same thing. Now they happen back now the hunger when it come not the same food not in the country.
Yeah.
Now that hunger when it come there. If somebody big country like this, the hunger. So what do you define for this world? So my question here to you, do we have to blame our leaders for this poverty rate in our country or our state, or not individual we want to blame we the people of Edo State of Nigeria, now we want to blame all our leaders?
Okay. We have to blame everybody, my brother. We have to blame everybody. We have to blame you. I have to blame myself. We have to blame our leaders also. Everybody is involved because a lot of people for our country, the notion don't come up for their mind. Say now individuals, now be leaders. Now individual, now me and you, now be the government. Not be the people who they lead us, not be the leaders. Because the government are the people. Now the people who vote first say, you go and lead us. Now those people get power. But the thing don't change for our people mentality. Our people don't believe say politicians who vote into public office, they're superior more than them. That's not the way it's supposed to be. So until we are able to teach our people, say, politicians, they be our boys, they be our servants. The issue of hunger in our community, every one of us has a role to play. For example, the politicians, first to blame, because we give them a responsibility to say, you know what, make una help our people, make we create jobs, make we create social welfare, so that our people will get enough resources to the eat. They fail. They fail completely, man. More than 70% of the people living in Nigeria live below average. Our leaders failed in their responsibility to provide enough resources for the citizens of our country.
I quite agree with you.
Yeah, we as individuals now, the role we're supposed to play, not to the demand. Say, what you promise us? Now not do one. But all of us keep quiet. We as individuals, we're supposed to create awareness through what they do. My work, work, not be only humanitarian or some people they call it character or whatever. You know, not only humanitarian, it's also an activism. Because I want them to see our work, say that they mess up. The work what they're supposed to do, now we call it do. Not so it's supposed to be. Okay. There should be no excuse where a woman will carry 3 children come on Saturday, come and beg for 1 plate of food.
Okay, so that one, yes, now true word be that, Mr. John. The problem with the get there is, yes, no, now we elect these leaders, make they come with that responsibility, make they help us, because everybody knows just pack, go the government house, go sit down for them. Now make us say, okay, this election, but whereby the way of electing these people is so corrupt. The election back they ring and do everything, and nobody really join. You see, many are confused, are choosing. You know, so a few of us now did this feed when we say we want to join hands together, create awareness through this media. You be in the front line as an activist, you know, to let people know, say this is what we have to do. Whereby people know they follow you and they do the wrong thing. How we want to address that?
Okay, John, Abel, excuse me a minute. Before you answer that question, hold on a minute. Make I address the audience a while. Viewers, please, I'm appealing. You guys should please share this program so that other people can see it as well. You know, we like what John just said now that each and every one of us have to do our part. I think is our responsibility. At least when you are watching a program like this, it should be shared as well. So please, you guys should please share this program. Share this program so the others can see it. John, sorry about that. Please continue with your comment.
Okay. So like you just asked the question. If you can rephrase the question again, bro.
Yes, shortly. Make I just briefly talk. Whereby you as an activist and few others, they're in the front line, and we as an Edo Media, we are trying to create awareness for other people to follow. And these people are not doing the right thing, they withdraw. You are leading them to the right place, they are withdrawing, and how do we deal with that issue?
Yeah, bro. Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. I continue to say that in a class of 20 persons, we all are in the same class, the same age group, we have the same teacher. One of us is going to fail. Several of us are going to fail. Some persons are going to pass. So even if you fail, your teacher will come back to repeat the course and you continue to learn. Eventually you will pass. So because our youth are not listening to our activism, because they are not listening to our orientation, doesn't mean that we should give up. We need to keep trying. If we win one person every month, we have done a great job. You know, what we are trying to do is not maybe a 5 years plan. We are looking at 100, 200 years to come. We want to leave a mark that our children can continue from. It is because our fathers did not do their part. That's why we are here today. So we cannot give up because a lot of persons are not following our footsteps. We cannot give up because a lot of persons are not listening to us. We have to keep trying, bro. We have to keep trying.
Thank you, John. Thank you. John, I will bring you back to your broadcast of yesterday. During your broadcast, I heard you saying something about if people, when each time you are being disturbed doing your work, you always feel very bad. I don't know if you can still remember that.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Okay, can you please tell us what you mean by that?
All right, you know, because as a young person who have left his comfort zone, Israel, as a young person who have left his comfort zone, a country where you have so much basic amenities that is provided to you, country will say, if you want to use hot water take bath, you will fit. If you want AC for your house, you will fit. If you want hot, make your house stay hot, you will fit. Everything is available to you. Most of the basic amenities where would they receive for America, for Europe, for Asia, now luxury for Nigeria.
Yes.
So if a young person will be saying, not really get when Nigeria never helped, Nigeria never do anything for me. The only thing Nigeria do for me, so they're coming for there. I've never benefited anything from Nigeria as an individual. So this young person won't challenge himself, say, you know what, I want to make change for my community. But of course, you're always going to feel bad when people who are short-sighted continue to rant online, criticizing your work, taking it for ulterior motives. I mean, it doesn't make me feel good. Sometimes I want to give up, but the love I have for my people keeps me going.
Okay. Thank you.
So, just in addition to that, yes, it did very hard, except like you have this big heart to continue, because we don't see a lot of ambassadors, activists like that. We don't see Ambassador Sayomori Joseph, we don't see Fela, we don't see Martin Luther King, we don't see the late Nelson Mandela, but we know they face a lot of Holocaust in their various ways of fighting for freedom.
Yeah.
So for you to be up front, you have to accept these challenges in life.
Sure.
All aspects of life.
That's why we are not giving up.
Exactly. So
that's why we are not giving up. I've already made up my mind that I am willing to accept any loss. Before I got into my work, I've already made up my mind that there's going to be a lot of challenges, and I've made up my mind years before now that whatever is going to be the outcome, I'm okay with it.
Okay, John. Like what you said before about people criticizing you, and I know you also have so many followers, positive followers, who respect you, who appreciate your work, and you also have so many set of people that are against you. Why do you think all these people, despite all the good things you'll be doing in society, why do you think there are so many people against you?
I mean, even the devil has followers, bro. I cannot change that.
Yeah, but my question is, why do you think people are against you, despite all the good things you'll be doing in society?
That's what I just answered you, man. The devil himself, the devil is known to not to like good things. Even the devil has followers. So in every good thing, there will always be people who don't appreciate it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because they are short-sighted. They don't see what we're trying to do. In every good, there's bad. You understand? So, but what we love about our work is that the percentage of the people that support us are way more than the people that don't support us. So we have a pass mark. So we are not even bothered, bro. We have a pass mark.
Okay. Dion, thank you very much. I have one other question for you, and this question is very, very important. See, I, Stan Osadjaye, I've been following you for the past 2 years, and I also have the privilege to meet you one-on-one in Benin.
Thank you so much for visiting me, man.
Yes, it was my pleasure. And no, hello. May you come Israel, you fear bomb.
I would love to visit there soon, man.
Come. I don't already offer you, come. So, like what I want to say is this, you see, I will be seeing the work you'll be doing good jobs. I've seen a lot myself. I'm a witness to it, and I'm happy that I've also, one way or the other, contributed to your foundation. So the question is this: we all can see the job that you're doing. How come the state government refused to recognize that?
Well, we live in Nigeria where when you are doing good, it is not appreciated. All right? My work in Nigeria, my work in Edo State is an exposure to the people of Africa, the people of the world, the failed system of government, and they don't like that. The government of Nigeria, of Edo State, do not like that Osadjaye is using his work to expose their failure. And of course, I am not going to close my eyes to see that there are many children who are supposed to be in school learning. They are on the streets. I am not going to close my eyes to see many women who are supposed to be receiving retirement benefits are hawking on the streets. Of course, if I continue to say for the next 6 months, the government is trying, of course they're going to support our work, but I'm not going to do that. I want them to know that the children who are abandoned on the street, they are violating their rights. Many people in our community are marginalized. There's no platform. You understand? So the only reason why they are not supporting our work is because we continue to criticize them. And the criticism we are giving to them is not because we hate them, It is because we know our rights. We know that it is their responsibility to fix these things. Just last week, and just last 2 weeks, I made a post at the urban market where there was so much trash. There was so much trash in the city center, Ring Road. I made a post, and I'm very happy that just a few days ago, they have declared a statewide cleanup. So those are the things we do. Those are the things we continue to push for, to have a greater Edo. We want people to come to Edo State and say, you know what, truly, this is the heartbeat of the nation. Not an Edo State when you are moving around Ring Road, 50% of the people at Ring Road are beggars. 20% of the people there are children running after vehicles. Trash flying everywhere. All right?
Okay.
So these are some of the things we are trying to face.
Thank you very much about that. Let me just address the audience. Viewers, thank you guys for joining us today. Please, you guys should please share the broadcast. And we have online Ambassador John Osagie as a special guest and our partner from Canada, Surukana. So our topic for today is how to help reduce poverty in our community back home. Okay, John, I haven't said that or I haven't asked you that question. My question about that same issue is what have you done to be able to get the awareness of the government about your job? What effort have you made?
I mean, my brother, if somebody that lives in Israel,
yes,
someone like you, somebody that lives in Australia,
yes,
New Zealand, can call me and say, you are doing a good job, then if the government of the states where I'm doing the job is not able to know our job, it means that it's a failed system of government. If somebody that is 10,000 miles away from a city where good job is being done, people are recognizing me in Dublin. I received an award in Dublin. I received an award in Valencia. I received an award in Italy. People are recognizing our work and saying, you know what, well done. And we have a government in that state, and the state's government is not able to see that this young man is trying to say, you know what, we love what you're doing, continue, or how we can collaborate. It means that we don't have a government. Because as a government, you need to find people who are making a progressive change and partner with them.
That's true.
I have written several proposals before now to the state government that is still not attended to. So we get up on that, man.
Okay. Let me take you to Surukana from Canada. Surukana, on over to you, please.
Yes, very much. Good, my brother. In every aspect of life for that our country, especially that Edo State, every necessity of life, for every aspect, every area, everything when we need here. We get health issues, we have educational issue, we have, you name it, generally in poverty. Which area you think that needs, all of them, they are equally as important and they need urgent attention. But which one do you think we have to face immediately that need, immediate attention, emergency 911?
The 911 we need to face. I have sent a proposal to the state government of Edo State. I give them 90 days to remove every child from the street, bro. Children who are left on the streets are going to grow up to become kidnappers, armed robbers, and terrorize me and you. I gave Edo State government, I sent them a proposal, remove children from the street in 90 days or give us 200 million naira only to do it. 200 million naira to remove children from the street is not a lot of money, bro. We receive 900 million naira security votes in Edo State every month. 900. What we are doing, removing children from the street, is a part of security issue. Many of the boys that live with us today, some of them were already doing pocket picking. Some of them were already doing breaking and entering. Removing them from the street is also securing the community. So we have requested that the state government give us 200 million naira. And if they don't do that, there's a good chance that I'm going to go to court to demand that.
Okay, so we understand, yes, that in regards to that very, yes, you've done well. There are a couple of people young, growing up, talented youth that have been taken away from the street. So yes, not true, because somebody that live on the street, hopeless, without no, this person don't know what life will become tomorrow, and there's no, there's no,
My brother,
no nothing to do.
My brother, one of the boy who I come up for streets, he tell me say, the night where I come out for streets, the day I catch him for come out for streets, that night the one will initiate her to secret courts.
There you go.
These young people will grow up. First, Piki will never chop today. Piki will never chop today. So you miss it. If you see it for night, you get what we know. We use our against you.
It go rob you anyhow you want to take you. And hungry man is an angry man.
Very, very angry young people. There are so many of them on the streets, living on the streets. The first thing the state government needs to do is to remove every child of the streets. I don't care who the government is. If you fail in removing children from the streets, then you are a failed government.
Okay.
How do we provide?
No.
Will they successfully do that?
Suru, excuse me, Suru. We are not going to the solution yet. We are still talking about the problems. I think we should hold on with the solution. We'll talk about that later on. So, pardon me about that. Let me go back. I have a question here for you, Dion.
Go ahead.
Okay, there's a question here from my partner from Ireland, Osar Godwin Osara. He said, my question to Osage, now you are in the US, who looks after your foundation while you are away, or it is closed? If closed, tell us why.
Okay, yeah, our NGO is not closed. We have been able to build a structure that we operate every day. Every day we are making one change. Program director Akoda, is representing me in Benin. All our function is still working. We are still very much open.
Okay, thank you. So, audience, please, if you have any question here, please, you can post in your question or call into the number on the screen. The number is +972 54 714 1675. I repeat, +972 58 714 1675. So, if you have any question for Ambassador Osage or anything to contribute to the topic, how we can help reduce poverty in our community back home, so you should call to that number, please, or post in your questions. Okay, I will go back to Dion again. Dion, Ambassador Dion, I have another question for you. See, I understand that you've made so much effort by helping the kids, taking the kids away from the street, feeding the less privileged and other things. And I also understand there are some group of the indigenous, those that are strongly against you. Why do you think these people, this set of people are against you? Does that mean they work for the government to attack you, or it's just for their personal interest?
Well, I don't really know. I'm not in their hearts. But what we are doing, bro, Stan, is something that nobody has done before.
I know.
What Osage is doing is something that people don't understand how it's done. Okay? For you to be able to convince a Nigerian person to send you 10,000 naira to support a project, it means that you abuse your integrity. To have an integrity as a young person in a Nigeria where many youths have lost integrity, so people are curious. People really think that Dion Osage is having a lifestyle from what people are giving us, and that's false. The reality is, I spend most of my personal cash to assist many of the projects. People make promises and don't fulfill. People think that a God-sent foundation has billions of naira in our account. No, it's not true. When we have an issue, people raise funds and we address the issue.
Okay.
So people hate against me is thinking that maybe a God-sent foundation is my lifestyle, but it's not. It's just a project to uplift my community. You understand?
Yeah.
So I really hope that more people can do what I do. They say Dion Osage is a scam, Dion Osage is this. I tell them that Dion Osage is a scam. You scam and help one person. If 1 million people scam to help one person each, we have helped 1 million people.
That's true.
So I think it's just a bunch of hate, bro.
Okay.
I have not done nothing wrong. I have not done anybody. If anybody come out today say, Dion Osage, you have done me this, I'm not too proud to say, you know what, I'm sorry. But the bad thing is, I have not done anybody wrong.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. I have a question here for you by one of the viewers here, Robbie Robin. He said, "My question is, who said when they remove the children, they will remain in a safe place?" That's his question.
He said what?
He said, "Who said when they remove the children, they will remain in a safe place?" If you remove that, what he meant is that if you remove the children from the street, why are we so sure that they will be in a safe place? That's what he meant.
I mean, our work have proven that. We have children that have been living with us for almost 2 years now.
Okay.
They have been safe. We have about 10 children in school that they are being catered to every day. You understand?
Yes.
So now God, now they protect everybody. But we do our best to make sure they're in school. We do our best to make sure they have food. We do our best to make sure that they come out to be positive guys, man. Our work, we find that we have videos of the very first day we pick up children from the street. We have videos of them home. We have videos when we send them to school. We have videos of their outcome today. Many of them could not spell their name. They stayed in the street 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
They cannot spell their name. But today they are in school and doing very well. Look at the case of Rosamu Diame, who is an orphan, living on the street. He's one of the best schools in Edo State. He's in Word of Faith.
Yeah, I saw that.
This, that's true. I don't know if you're very close or perhaps you don't hear about Good Samaritan before. The Good Samaritan road from Uselu.
I've heard about them.
Yes, there's a lady there before. She was into this kind of foundation, and that's why that street was a very prominent, popular street in Edo State, Good Samaritan Road. Yeah. And she was helping out with a lot of orphans on the street, and that was where the government was. So, if you heard about that woman, what would you say then about the work she was doing, despite the criticism?
My brother, me as an individual, I will always commend anybody who do an act of good in their community. It doesn't matter how little it is. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you are able to do an atom of good, I will always find in my heart to say, you know what, thank you. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to do that good. So every atom of good is appreciated by Genosagi. For every orphanage home that I go support, that's why we have our own NGO. Every once in a while, we go out, we go to Imunos, our orphanage, we go to so many orphanages to support them. This orphanage, different orphanages in Nigeria, in Edo State, need the support of government. The government do not have their own shelter where children can run to when they are in distress. The government do not have a shelter for women, but they were able to pass a law that when a man beats their wife, they will go to jail. But there's no shelter for women. If we are going to make laws, we need to make laws that would benefit everyone, not making one-sided law. Okay, recently, about 2 months ago, bro, the governor or the government of Edo State made a law that any man that beat a wife, they will go to jail, which is a good one. But they did not provide an accommodation or a shelter that if a woman is involved in a violence, she can run to this place. There's none. And this is the same state where the government have so many abandoned buildings that can be renovated, that can be used to reform children. I have made a proposal to them, give us a free building. But of course, they think I want to become the next governor.
Okay. John, thank you very much. Thank you. Having said that, you just brought my attention back. There was a thing that I posted on our Facebook a few days back, and luckily for me, you also posted that same video. So I'm going to play. You should excuse me for like 3 minutes. I want to play that video now. I would like people to see it, and we'll talk about that video in a while.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so tell me if you are seeing it. Are you seeing it clearly? Suru, are you seeing it clearly? I know you're there.
Not that, no.
No?
No.
What about now? John, are you seeing the video?
I did see it now, but it's not very crystal clear. Yes, I did see it in a way. Somebody is driving, right?
Is it clear? Tell me if it's clear. Can you see clearly? If you can't, tell me.
If yes, it's a little bit. Bring that closer.
Like this?
There you go. Would they see the vicinity? vicinity now. That's right.
John, can you see it clearly?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to watch this video for like 3 minutes.
I pretended to be a guest looking for a place to buy here.
Hold on, I'm
going
going back.
To lodge in. They allowed me in. And I'm moving around now, taking the visuals of this place.
Excuse me about that. We are going to go back.
You don't want to see.
We want to play for
the man won't pay.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, move on.
Like this? Tell me if it's okay.
The way you do it before.
Like this?
Do it again.
Like this?
Okay. Yes, okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
You can now see why
Just listen.
Kalausa insisted on his daughter Madisha, where he brought his son-in-law Uche. This is his wife's estate. They are so afraid that they will lose the estate to the anti-corruption war when His Excellency, Right Honorable Emeka Kemeja, takes over the governance of this state on May 29, 2019. You can see it for yourself. I came in here, pretended to be a guest looking for a place to buy here.
Like
Or
this?
for a hotel to lodge in. They allowed me in. And I'm moving around now, taking the visuals of this place. So I can say
I can't hear you. What you say?
the man won't pay
Yeah.
pension, won't pay gratuity. But has got plenty
Tell me if you
money.
can see it. I can't hear you.
You can
I
see it
said,
for yourself. I'm
come,
going
come,
around.
come.
See,
Bring it in
an
front of
estate is
you.
worth over 5 billion naira.
Like this?
Taxpayers' money,
Okay, all right.
small
It's okay
taxpayers'
like that.
money. You can see it for yourself. Owned by the wife of the governor, not the governor himself, but the wife of the governor. The normal, no Joe Nkechi Okorosha. You can see it. It's okay. No problem.
Bring that closer. It's okay now. We can move forward. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
That's
oh,
enough.
Okay.
Stand.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, thank
Now
you.
move on.
Thank you. I haven't seen that. John, I would like you to, you also posted this same video. This video here indicate that this property belonged to a wife of a state governor of Anambra State. But John, what do you think about this? People using our money for their use, self-use. What's your take about this?
It's nothing new anymore, bro. It's nothing new anymore that majority of the Nigerian politicians loot our resources for their own selfish need. How can a governor, an ex-governor, who was once a tenant, after 8 years, now have mansions around the world? Nobody's asking any question. You understand?
Yes.
A former governor who was a tenant before he became a governor, after 8 years, have several mansions, and nobody's asking any question. We really think that it is simply unfair for them to use our collective resources for their own selfish gain. I am not against anyone becoming successful, but using our own resources, our own resources to build your family. For example, there's the video you showed is Okorocha's wife's property.
Yes.
According to the person who recorded it.
Yes.
I don't know how true that is. But Okorocha's children live in Dallas. Okorocha's children live here in Dallas, Texas. They have a mansion, they are having the best cars, and they live here. So for the people of Imo State who truly need the support, they are suffering every day. So we are really against it. This is not only happening in just Imo State, it happens in Edo State, it's happening in Kogi State, it's happening all over. So you don't, if this kind of a thing, they happen all over. It's not new to us, like you just said. But here in our state now, Edo State, it still happen, and it will continue to happen until something is done. What do you think is the because then they loot our money, come out, our children street is suffer, they affect we in diaspora, and when they see all these things physically, they there. What's up, bro? How do we do this? My brother, how do we take back our resources? If, as of today, as we are speaking today, we have a hospital in Edo State, Central Hospital in Benin, that was built with over 10 billion naira, bro. 10 billion naira. And commissioned by our former governor, Adams Oshomole, still not opened. And nobody is saying anything about it. Then that means we have a long way to go.
Okay.
Governor,
Okay, John.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't said all these things, all these problems. We've talked about so many things, problem here and there. Let's start from with this the misuse of power. Let's start from there. What do you think are the solution to these problems? How do we stop these things? Or how can we, the citizen, what are we supposed to do to be able to stop all this kind of misuse of
it has to be
funds?
a grassroots orientation. We need to start teaching our youth. We need to start teaching our youth that the power belongs to them, not the politicians. Because the youth believe that.
And how do we do that? How do we do that?
Seminars, classes, like what we are doing, Edo Mudia, teaching our people that the power belongs to them. Until the youth understand that the power belongs to them, we can't do anything about it. Because when I see young people who are graduates clamoring for a politician, hey, my chair, it breaks my heart. We need to teach our youth that they have the power. The politicians have led the youth to understand that they are more superior than them. Until we are able to break that yoke, that to let the people or the citizens of every state know that the way they vote person in, you can vote people out. Until we are able to do that, we are not going anywhere. And it's going to take a lot of work, bro, because a lot of youth are settling behind. They don't know their right from left.
Thank you. I have a comment here by our regular follower, Mercy Good News. She has been very, very active in this platform. She said, Osaige's foundation is doing very well, even though the founder is not around for now. Mr. Akoda is doing a very great work there.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's a good one. Thank you, madam. We acknowledge that.
I want to recognize this Mr. Akoda. You know anything about him?
Of course.
Well, he is a student, graduate student of University of Benin. He studied social work. He came to our office to apply for a job, and I saw his passion. You know, doing our work is not just about doing it. It has to be something that you are passionate about. It has to be something that you want to do. So he's been my assistant for the past 2 years now, and he's doing an amazing job. So I am thinking of leaving the Benin office for him to be taking care of that office while I focus in other areas in Nigeria. Because our dream is to make Nigeria great. We want to instigate a global change. We want our work to be defined in Africa like the America to speak of. We want our work to touch the hearts of our selfish people, those with greater influence. There are people who can come together. There are 2 or 3 places in Edo State that can come together and remove every single type of student in Edo State in less than 3 months if they want to. A shelter can be built to remove every type on the street. You understand? So
yes.
There are people who can effect this change. We want our work to put them to shame. We want our work to show them like if the young man with very little resources can do it, what about me that is a billionaire? So we want to use our work not just to help the people, but to also inspire. That's what we are doing every day, bro.
Thank you. Soro, back to you. Do you have any question for Ambassador John Osagie?
Yes. I don't know how often, Mr. Osagie, you follow up this Domodia. Few weeks back, we talked about Christianity, religion, how religion they really help the situation for Edo State, that country general. Because when you see somebody, youths, men, women, they are all abused in one way or the other. They are deprived of the right. You see their mind. It's not the state of mind is disturbed. So here when we did such people, we supposed to recommend counseling for them so that they will bring back their mind. You know, so that their mind will be positive now. So that being said, the violence in our country now, by so doing, it go like say they reduce. That's the idea of Christianity. That's the idea of religion. So I quite understand that. How's your faith? I know you talk about Christianity. Do you think that Christianity, religious aspect of it, will help us deeply in solving this problem?
That's our biggest problem. That's not the solution. Our biggest problem is Christianity in Nigeria. A lot of people run to church to get solution, but no. How can a young person who is a graduate be in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday instead of being at work? Our biggest problem in Nigeria is Christianity. I think that there's nobody in Nigeria that believes in God more than me. But believing in God is not by going to church every Sunday to preach. I think that God is even more angry that many people go to church so much in Nigeria. I think that God wants us to work to fix our country. How can a developing country, when you go to church more than you go to work, there's a big problem.
Exactly.
If you as an individual, you go to church more than you go to work, there's a big problem, bro.
Because faith without work is dead.
It is dead. You know? So Christianity is a big problem. Christians, pastors, GO, they can help in the growing of Nigeria. Will it be wrong if Winners or Christ Embassy, for example, build a factory that will employ only their members? No, it's not wrong. Will it be wrong if Redeemed Christ of Church build a factory that will employ only their members? No, it's not. One thing that pissed me off about a few years ago, they had a convention at the University of Benin. They rented all, or they gave them all the Oshomole bus in Edo State was given to churches to convey their members, leaving the ordinary citizens to suffer. That very day, people were on the street, no bus. So you are telling me that a convention they have once a year, these big churches were not able to afford their own buses to take their members to the convention ground. So Christianity is not a solution. It is a problem. We need to start encouraging our GOs, our churches, to create free schools, to create free healthcare, to create free food program, to create free school bus ride to these school children. They can afford it. If they can buy 4 or 5 jets to fly around the world, they can afford it. Okay?
That's
if the
true.
Gospel Foundation, as a small NGO, can raise 1 million naira online, they too can raise 10 million naira at church. Will it be wrong if every Sunday, all the big church in Nigeria, every Sunday, they bring one person out, say, you know what, this person they're going to help you today. If we have 100 churches in Edo State, helping one member every Sunday, in a year, we have helped thousands of people.
That's true.
So,
Okay.
are we? If you look, are we in the? You've been here for a while, and you visited us here before, and going around Europe and North America. Do you think we the Edos are we united or we are divided?
The Edo are not united. The Edo is the most ununited tribe in Nigeria. It's saddened my heart. It's saddened my heart that Edo people cannot come together. And there's a parable they continue to say that we might do. I really want to change that motive, man. I want people to know that we can truly come together. Bro, myself, I have used myself to show Edo people that word, that we might do. Because when you see the way people hate me for no reason, you will understand that word, we might do. Even about Vorame said it. You are here. So I think that is still affecting us today. What we need to do to change that is a lot of prayers, a lot of cleansing. The spirits of our ancestors are locked in captivity in the British Museum. Our ancestors who were taken, our artifacts that was taken to London Museum during the 1897
Benin massacre.
Yes, it is affecting the Benin people today. They don't understand. I visited the British Museum. I saw the face of Queen Idia. I saw many things from Benin. They are locked inside the museum. Once we are able to free those artifacts, I am very sure that our gods will be happy again. There will be less crime in those states. There will be less blood, and things can truly move up. Because we believe, say, our ancestors of the verse say, as we many rich, Mama Chikube to release our artifact. I think he has is a part of the problem we have, sir.
Okay, John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for your time, and we are putting on our partner from Ireland is here with us now. Thanks for joining us on Edo Media. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Good evening, viewers.
Good evening.
Show and Dion Osage, thank you for joining us, and we really appreciate your comment.
Thank you so much.
I know I've heard of some of the things you do. You're traveling around your energy to help our people. But my question is, why, in spite of all this that we're trying to do for our states, that we in diaspora are fighting against ourselves? Must we continue to fight amongst ourselves instead of helping our people back home to develop our states?
Okay, bro, if you ask me, my greatest joy would be to see every Edo person stand for a common goal. My greatest joy would be for every Edo person to come together. That is why I created the Akubo 18 movement. Going around the world, flying plane, trains, and bus is not easy. But I challenge myself as a young person to say, you know what, we can make everybody come together. But it seems that many people are not seeing the vision. Until we are able to come together, we cannot move forward. So I think that it is not good for every one of us to be fighting ourselves. I think that we all should come together. Is my message almost every time.
Okay, Dion Osage, another question here again. You're on the platform of Edo Media.
Yeah.
The real meaning, if we translate it for those who don't understand our local dialect, it means Edo. The Edo should stand together.
Sure.
Unity. So from your own side of it, what will you say today your contribution will be to see that unity comes together? Because there's something I hold dear to my heart, something by Michael Jackson. He said, if you want to change the world, you take a look at yourself and
That's
make
right.
change first.
That's right.
What changes are you willing to make today to make sure that this peace we are all soliciting for really go ahead?
I mean, in my own side, I think I'm the most peaceful person in the world. Because if you look at the amount of insults, criticism, threats I have received, I still keep my cool. I am not stupid. There are so many things I can do, legally, physically, but I think that Dion Osage is a very peaceful man. But being on this platform today will further inspire me to truly stand to be that change we all want to see. We want Edo to be great. We want people to look at Edo people and say, you know what, those people are from Benin Kingdom. I want to make my Oba proud. I want to, may God never let me be so poor at heart that I disrespect the custodians of my land. I'm a proud son of Benin. You understand? So, my being on this program today will further inspire me to aspire to be a positive role model, and I'm willing today to forgive everyone who have hurt me, and that's that.
I think that's the magic word, to forgive those and to move on. Because in order for peace to reign, there must be forgiveness.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
Dion, to ask you one final question before I shut my mouth again. I know you're willing. If we do call for a meeting today, say, let's organize a platform where the Edos can meet and all this issue going on social media to quench it down. Will you want to meet and settle all this fracas going on?
I don't have any issue with anybody. I don't have issue with any single. Me personally, I don't have issue with anybody. So anytime there's a call for a meeting, I'll be the first person to be there. I'll come 15 minutes early just to make sure I'm there.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
On our part, we'll see what we can do to make sure that we, the Edos on social media, unite. That everything going on here, for those of us who have not offended the royal tradition. We'll make sure there's unity comes together. We'll find a way to do that. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate you.
I love you, bro.
Thank you. John, thank you very much for your time.
Time to read out some of these our followers.
Yeah,
I have something here to say. Please take time to read it.
I will do that. I'll do that in a while. Thanks. I will say that, John, like what my partner have just said about this fight and there, I don't know. I know it has been a long time. I've seen so many issues on social media, and you as an Edo son is one of a person that I really respect. I like your work. I like your ambition. I like your determination. And I also have another brother that I love so much. I know none of us are perfect, and I have to mention his name. You know, I follow his program here and there, and I think he has also done a great job. And he's the mega comrade. You know, I've seen him. I've seen his job, what he did in London at the time, what he did in Italy at the time. You know, he did some great jobs, and these are two Edo great sons that are doing two great jobs. And I understand that both of you have problem. Is there any way you think we can come in to settle this problem? Because that would be my greatest joy.
All right, let's clarify that, bro.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't have any problem with anybody.
I know.
All right? But if anybody have a problem with me and they tell me what I've done wrong, I'm willing to apologize. I've said that before. That's my attitude. That's who I am. I'm not ashamed to say, you know what, I'm sorry for offending you.
John, I understand you very well. It's not a matter of saying that you're sorry. What I'm saying is this: we are not kids. We know what's going on in social media. Everything I'm talking about what I saw on social media. Okay, we see what is going on social media, and both of you are doing great job. No one is perfect. You are doing a great job. I respect that. And Mega Comment has also done a great job as well. It's not perfect as well, but I think if two people can come together, two strong guys like this can come together, you people can do a lot in Benin. So
but
what?
The truth of the matter is, you know, the way I am right now,
yeah,
I don't have to against anybody. But if anybody wants to come together,
yeah,
to move forward, I can move forward. I'm not willing to collaborate or work with anybody who do not see what we see. Everybody have different visions, right?
Of course.
Everybody has, but I'm willing to make peace with anybody, but I'm not willing to do any. I don't want to, you know.
No, it doesn't. No, John, don't get me wrong. You don't have to work with him. You don't have to work with him. Your job is different from his job. His job is different from yours. What I'm saying is this: we just want that peace to reign, like what my partner said earlier on.
Yeah, Mr. Stamster, all I can say is I wish you guys good luck.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador Tian Saki, and for my partners, I want to say this. I want to emphatically say this loud and clear. There is no perfection in human being.
You are right.
Number one. 2, if you don't want no criticism in anything you're doing, don't talk, don't walk. In as much as you walk, in as much as you speak out, whether it's the truth or anything, you must have criticism. Yeah. Okay, so in the near future, we see how this goes. Okay, he has just said it. He doesn't have no beef with anybody. Everybody have their own vision. They might not like what you're doing. It's all good, you know. But as far as people, you can't satisfy everybody.
That's true.
So let the good work continue.
My brother.
Let's uphold. We are not fighting against ourselves. There are leaders there that we're supposed to be fighting against.
Exactly.
So there are leaders there that are supposed to take us through the promised land, through the Red Sea. They choose not to do that. So for somebody that is doing something that is right, even if there's an error in it, let's overlook it and move on.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, John, thank you very much. I have just one more thing to add before we call it a day. John, having said all this problem we have in our community, do you have any kind of advice for us how we can solve all this problem? Can you just make it snappy, if possible?
Well, the only way to solve the problem is just stand already, calling for a collaboration, for a meeting of peace. But then again, there are some people who don't want peace, because there are some people who they continue to say, we are going to change. We are not fighting anybody. There are people who find fun in trying to pull other people down. Those set of people will always be below those people they are trying to pull down. So I don't have a solution for you. You may want to check out your own solution to make that happen. And if you're able to do that, I will give you an award this year, award of peacemaker.
Trust me, I will. John, trust me, that's my gift. I will do that.
All right.
I will do that. John, trust me on that. Trust me on that. Write today's date down. It's 14th of April. Okay, write it down.
All right.
Okay, John, you are still with us, so you're not going. We're not going to let you go yet. Okay, please. Oh.
Let's talk briefly because I have a date now.
Okay, I know. You've already tried a lot. I have one guy here that wants to call. Probably have something for you. Let me just give him the chance. Mike Edo, you said what number to call? Please, there's a number on the screen there. You can pick that number. If not, let me just call the number just one time, and we'll give you just 2 minutes to do that. +972 54. Sorry, +972 58 714 1675. That's the number to call, and you can call that now in the next 2 minutes. If not, we will not receive any calls anymore. So, John, we just talk our last talk here before we end. And we really appreciate your coming today. It was we had a wonderful time with you, and like what we said, we are going to work hand to hand to make sure we make our community back great again. You understand? Anything you need, how in any way we can support, we are here for you. And
you have been a great supporter, man. And I really appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So, Surukana, do you have anything to add before we finally let John go?
As a matter of fact, you have to acknowledge those of us, those people listening that just wrote something for us, and at the same time, thank you, Mr. Osage. Thank you for. It's good to have you on our.
You guys have been calling me. You guys have been calling me ambassador since. You guys know how chief. You know I'm very traditional.
Don't worry.
But you should,
later.
John, you should have. John, we are sorry about that. You should have corrected that about that.
No. Okay.
I know they call you baby chief. Can you just tell us? Can you just tell us briefly what was that baby chief about?
I don't know now. You know I act like a baby. I'm very, very soft.
Okay. You know, as we said before, Rome was not built in a day. So our Edo people, this is why we so that's why we created this platform. Edo Mundia,
I love it.
You know, so for you, Ambassador, now you know what we stand for. For everybody, we stand for peace, we stand for unity, we stand for sport, we stand for everything in the world. That is why we encourage all the Edos all over the world and the diaspora here to please join in. There's no other way. My way of starting in life is to start. If you don't start, you'll never get started.
You are right.
So we are appealing to everybody, please. 7 p.m. Nigerian London time. Join in here on how to build the Edo. We want your contribution. That will help us a long way. So for that, so long, everybody. We love you, and remember to tune in next Sunday for another episode. One love.
Follow Edo Mundia.
John, thank you very. John, John, thank you very much. Please share the program as well. Don't forget to.
You help us share, and I'll give you a personal call later for personal discussions.
Okay, let's go. Thanks, man, John. Respect. Thank you. Yeah. Surukana, still there?
I am.
Okay. All right. Okay, viewers, thank you very much. It was a wonderful time with Ambassador John Osage and my two great partners. We're about to end the broadcast for now, and I'm appealing to you guys that you should please share the program and like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Edo Mundia. Suru, you have anything to contribute before we round up?
Yes, there's not much I do. We've already said it all. It's all about Edo Mudia. I'm appealing to this, our Edo in diaspora, anywhere we are. Unity we stand divided before. The only way we can do that is by start adding up, to start creating, to start visualizing, to start supporting those which is good. In Mamudia, we are not collecting any money from anywhere. We just stand to let people awareness, to educate people. So we want your contribution as well. So for many people that has been joining us, more grace to your elbow. You are doing a good job. You might think that people are not hearing you. They are. We acknowledge your support, your solidarity. May God help you and may God give you the strength as you strongly support this media. And God bless, as we said before. Thank you very much, my partner, Sars Godwin, Stan. For now, I say so long for here from Canada. We love you, man.
Thank you very much. Hand over to our great partner, Godwin Osagai. Can you add something to it, please?
Yeah, my thanks goes to Dion Osaige for finding time to join us today. And I hope some of the issues discussed today will be taken seriously. And from what he has said today, his own vision and thinking sort of align with some of mine. I do believe that the government are responsible for what is happening in our state, in our city, in our country. But the onus lies on us youth to also fly the flag for ourselves.
Yeah.
Sitting at home, doing nothing, doesn't mean that government should come and sweep our house for us. No. I think this is one of the topics we'll be discussing next week about how to get this thing to the next level. It's a video also circulating online. So we'll be discussing that video next week and discussing the role of the government, the role of our youth, and the role of the general public. We know they are responsible for maybe 80% of this, but we also are responsible for some part of it. So we'll come on air next week. We might not have a guest on. The three of us will have three different views on this, and we also expect you callers to call in and talk to us about this. Thanks, Stan, for today's program. Suru Kana, thanks a lot. One love, brother. We've been together for more than 30 years, and I pray the Lord God Almighty continue to give us that strength.
Amen.
And continue to let us. I hope nothing, no matter what they say about us, no matter the gossip, nothing will separate us. We're here to stay. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you very much. Mike Edo, you say you need to call. You have the number there, and the time is already over now. Sorry about that. We'll be on air again Sunday next week, 7 p.m. Nigeria time, UK time, and I'll be out again midweek for the pre-broadcast. And till then, you guys should have a pleasant week, and God bless, and thanks for your time.
I said, when you stop all the trouble, give peace again. I did not fight for us tomorrow. Let someone fight for us tomorrow. That way I shouldn't shed blood again. But we never fight for us